About tenants who leave without fixing the property without proper handover. Proper handover is an interesting topic in the context of rentals. So, what is a proper handover? Much depends on how the landlord documented in which state the property was handed over, one, and two, what they expected from a proper handover. What often happens is that landlords may, for example, require for the or expect for the tenant to paint the walls. Well, then of itself, unless it was part of an agreement that the tenant had to paint the wall, for example, then it's not the tenant has not breached anything. And that applies to other types of appliances. If they're broken, it's reasonable to expect for the landlord that the tenant should fix those, but the tenant can make an allegation that those appliances were broken when they moved in, and unless the landlord can show that when they moved in they documented that those appliances were working, it's a harder argument for the landlord to make. So the moral of the story is that it's imperative that the landlord documents very clearly in the original lease agreement in what state the property was handed over. One, and then two, what they expect upon move out. And that's because also there's this principle of just regular wear and tear. Obviously, if a person lived in your property for 5 years and they move out, the property will have suffered some kind of normal wear and tear. That's not to say that the tenant breached anything or was irresponsible, but but it's still possible for the landlord to make a condition that upon moving out, that this sort of regular wear and tear gets at least freshened up by the responsibility of the tenant to paint the property.